everyone. Welcome to Writer's Mind. I'm your host, CP Lewis. Today I'm going to talk about character building a little bit. How do we create our characters? How do we build our characters? It depends. Like I said, we each have our different styles. I know for myself, I kind of just make them as I go. Like I have an idea for the character. Every character is a part of me. It's a part of people I know, people I've met, people I've just seen on TV or something. Just different characteristics. Like kind of, okay, that works. I kind of put them together, see what comes out. For me, it's always important to keep them as real as possible. From the dialogue, everything else, it's like nothing, too superfluous, unless it's a character trait or, do this, do that. I always try to walk the line and just make them just, sound like normal people. But some stories, they're not normal people. They might be, say, superheroes trying to be normal. The aliens trying to be normal. They might even be just a typical person that went in the military, the soldier came out, saw things, comes out, and is trying to be normal. And maybe people that just don't want to be normal, just oddballs. Maybe a creative, right? We're in our own right, and those normies are kind of scared, right? So when it comes to character stuff, it's like we can kind of match like that. But there's another way that's actually really cool, and I'm sure we've all probably seen it all times. Using the role-playing game sheets or character breakdowns. We've played video games, even made tabletop games, or online role-playing games. It's like the layout where you write the stories. On the top is I can't quite remember the name of the websites offhand, the type of styles. But each different category, you write them out as you would like a book character. And we can use those sheets. You usually can name, aliases, hobbies, weaknesses, strengths, personalities. Just give it a chance. Sometimes you need a couple sentences, but sometimes we can go a couple pages long. You can really dive into them. And then it's kind of what do we find in the book? What do we discover the story? And that's the fun part about it. Because it's like we have these characters, and people might recognize from this, from that, but that makes them fun. It's like you want that in-depth character, but you want something that readers will attach to, that we all attach to. That's why you rewrite what you know, and for me, it's people. People I see, people I know, myself, whatnot. But those character sheets work great. And if you want to go a step further, you can actually use the tabletop ones actually break down the different attributes as well. Like strength, wisdom, intelligence, things like that. And you guys sit down okay, how do I want to do this? You can, do what they do. Tabletop actually roll dice to give a score if you want to do that. Or more than, like I said, maybe just a mental exercise. You have a sheet, just fill the sheet out, just as the personal things. Don't worry about the numbers. It's like, are they hard ass? Are they gentle? Do they not like people? Are they a natural hermit? And then we get to explore those. We have the huge character, we have big or small character sheet all written, all ready to go. But then we have the problem, how do we bring it to life? And that's always the trickiest part. Just like our world, we want to do a huge info dump in the beginning. We want to do the prologue and have it 20 pages long, throw everything we have in there, let everyone explain every detail of our world, our character, everything else. And, excuse me, that's something that, it's easy to get wrong. We all do it at some point. It's easy to do it. It's easy to fall down a trap, and no one wants to read it. That's the part we think they do because we want to read it then, but we might want to keep it because we're proud of it. But it's one thing we have to think about: is this something we want in our book? And that's where, for me, it's easier to come discover it as we go. Like when the character or the world, introduce them, have them in a situation. They're dealing with this, they're dealing with that, or they're doing this, they're doing that, and the world around them. If it's a fantasy world, we're in the fantasy world. And we explore it with the character. As a character moves through and expands and, experiences things, we experience things. Like little history tidbits, like, oh, this part of town is for this reason. Well, that's money for this. And, that's the old classical style where we kind of do a little few paragraphs, you kind of do the backstory and that, but it's nothing too much. We want to keep it, kind of lean, so it actually is enjoyably engaging. We don't want to sound like stereo instructions. We don't want to sound like we're reciting, Encyclopedia Britannica or something like that. We want to keep it engaging And sometimes it's just doing it, quick, or just every now and then just doing a little background thing about the person, or to meet someone and why they're friends or what happened. Like we can either do it there or we can dribble in as we go. But for me, I love the discovering as we go. When building a character, you're using a character or a setting. We as they experience it, we experience it. As they see something, we see something. We're taking this world with them. We're seeing the world like through them. They're our guide. It's like it can be fun. It's like we each have our different styles though. I mean, sometimes we want to have everything laid out. And sometimes we want to do it orally. We know when we want to do it. Other times I kind of, what, it's fun. Let them roam, see a little trouble they can cause, and cuss them out later for having a free will that we gave them. It's how are we building characters? How are we use characters? That's the fun part. That's the fun of discovery. And they can be manly when they decide to go off on their own sometimes. It's just like, be good. They don't want to be. And, let me know. Let me know in the comments below. What do you use? How do you create your characters? How do you introduce them in your plot? How do you introducing your world? Let me know below. Right. I want to thank y'all for taking time out to join me. I'll see you next time. Have a great one.